Hey, beautiful people. I know that some people it's morning, other people it's evening, but I honestly wanted just to make a quick video. Have you ever actually sat down and wrote on a notepad or on a computer or on your cell phone, whatever people use, of how much it is that you want to make or need to make to walk away from your 9-to-5 job? Have you really sat down and actually broke it down of how much you need to make a month, to a week, to a day, of a number of an income, so you can quit your job? Or if you're not currently working, what would, replace that income where, your family, yourself, you're not struggling? That is a very important question that you have to ask yourself, especially for somebody that wants to be self-employed. You want to be a 100% entrepreneur, 100% business owner. And I've actually, sat down and wrote that number and broke it down, like I said, from a month to a week to a day. And then whatever business you're in, whatever program you're in, whatever products you're selling, you have to figure out how much commission would it take for you to make that. So if it's, 4,000 or 6,000 a month, then you would break that down towards a week to a day. So how many sales you need to make a day and a week to equal for the month? And when you're creating this number and you're getting, the results, and you're finding out, okay, I need this many commissions with this many results to make this income, everything will be so much clearer. You'll have a vision of the money that you wanted to make. When you have a vision of the money that you want to make, it does something to your brain, because your brain's like, oh, okay, now I see where I'm going. Because see, you have to give it a path. You have to give it a destination. You can't just say, oh, I want to be working from home, or I want to be working online and quit my job. Well, if you don't know how much you want to make, or if you don't know how much you need to make to quit your job, how are you going to get there? And if you don't know the program and you're not set or understanding the commission or how you're getting paid, how are you going to get there? The same thing with a job, right? They're not going to pay you if you don't know how to do the work. They're not going to pay you if you come in not knowing a daggone thing and then sit there and just be like, oh, I don't know anything, but you can still pay me. Doesn't work like that. It's the same thing with being self-employed. You have to figure out what your commissions are. What is it going to take for you to get that number? And then you write that down. And then that's your automotive. Then you got to figure out, okay, so I know the number that I want to make. I know what I need to make. This is the amount of commissions that I need to bring in, all that kind of stuff, right? So you got that concept down. You got that number down. So now what? Well, there's an interesting concept here that we use with ourselves in our company. And it's called one paid, one free, right? The one paid is you're paying some type of traffic, whether it's solo ads, Facebook ads, even YouTube. You can pay ads for YouTube. I wouldn't recommend it the first thing, though, because it's very expensive. And YouTube works so well, free, making videos like what I'm making right now. People love that, personalized. So that could be a free one. YouTube could be a free one, Instagram is another free one. Twitter. Especially if you have a big crowd, of big following, all that stuff. That's, a nice way to, promote yourself and get it started. As far as for paid, you got Facebook ads, solo ads, all this different stuff. So now you got to figure it out, right? One paid, one free. So from the one paid, the one free, you figure out which one it is that you're going to do. Then the free one is easy, right? But you got to be consistent. Just because it's free, it's the hardest. You have to be consistent with it every day. The paid, you got to figure out what your budget is. You can't just go out there and be like, oh, I'm going to put $100 towards a solo ad, or $300 towards Facebook ads, or whatever the case is. You have to figure out what your budget is a month, and you stick with it. Once you start making commissions, once you start making that money, then you go ahead, and it's a rule of the thumb. You put 10 to 15% back into the business. The rest you put in the savings or pay bills or whatever it is that you need to pay. But at least 10 to 15% should go back into the business. My rule of thumb is 15 to 20%. That's just me, you know, just because I want to create it quicker, put more into the company, especially if it's money that I'm not really relying on. That money can go, honestly, if you really wanted, you could put 50% back into the business and 50% into the savings or expenses they need to pay. So you have to figure that out for yourself. Everybody's different. So once you figure that out, you know what your number is that you want to make a month. You know what you're going to pay for traffic, paid traffic, and then you have your free traffic. Then you have to set schedules. When are you going to put these out? What time, what day, and all that kind of stuff. You have to figure that out. You can't just be like, oh, I'm going to do this and that. You have to have a schedule. And you have to put it into your calendar, into your busy, crazy life, whether you're married with kids and all that kind of stuff. It has to be done. Then the ultimate is once you start receiving those results, then you change. You upgrade your plan once a month. You look at it to see what's happening. And the next time, you know, stay tuned, because I will talk about how important it is to track your numbers. Because once you start getting these results, once you start making commissions and getting all these sales coming in, and, you know, it's flowing, it's coming in, and results are happening, you want to figure out the tracking. The tracking is very important. So stay tuned. Hope you enjoyed this. So again, what is your number that's going to set you free from a 9-to-5 job, or get you out of being unemployed or out of a miserable situation? What is your number a month that you want to make that would make you happy and satisfied and overcome anything you're going through right now? All right. Okay. Love you guys. Thank you so much for spending time with me. Bye.